Mells with Superficial Gallery, and welcome to episode 14 of 31 Days with the King. This is a short series dedicated to all things Stephen King, with a daily upload on one of his works. So we'll try our best to incorporate his more popular titles, as well as some of the ones that aren't as popular or weren't as well received. So with that, we've got a little bit of a unique pick for today, and that is Dreamcatcher, which has sort of you would think it's a calming story, judging by the cover of the book. But we don't always judge a book by its cover, right? So Dreamcatcher, the reason it is unique to me is because it is actually one of the novels Stephen King said is his least favorite. Now, we mentioned this before, and obviously if you're an avid Stephen King fan, then you know that he was involved in a very bad accident in the late 90s. He did have to use pain pills to kind of get through the recovery process of that accident, and this is a direct product of him using the OxyContin. And so that's why it's a little bit of an out of this world type book. And if you've read it, you kind of get that reference. What I enjoyed about the book really was the supernatural part of it. It's not in my top 10 favorite Stephen King novels, but I did not struggle to finish it. And I've noticed a lot of feedback on this is that a lot of people just thought it was way too hard to follow, too complicated, and that the story didn't really give them a lot of satisfaction. So they, 9 times out of 10, I guess, or most of the time out of that group of people, didn't even finish the book. So Dreamcatcher is about 4 friends from Derry, Maine, which we know that from another very popular Stephen King story, It. And they are childhood friends, best friends. They save this one guy that it's from kind of being bullied. He is an exceptional child, and in return, he sort of gives them some special abilities. They can hear each other's thoughts, and they kind of know what the other ones are going through at any given time. So definitely, obviously, some type of telepathic vibe there, and that comes into play in the meat of the story really well. I thought it was actually done fairly nicely. I enjoyed reading those parts of the novel. So after some time passes, they all get together. They go out to the woods, to a cabin where they go and they hunt, and they just kind of hang out for a weekend. This is several years after the initial meeting of Duddits, the one that gave them the special abilities. And then a lot of crazy stuff starts happening. I won't spoil it for you. Just know that it is very, very heavy on the supernatural, very, very heavy on the aliens and things that exist outside of this world. So if that's a trope of his that you enjoy, I think you'll actually really enjoy Dreamcatcher. Now, this was made into a film. It's got a film adaptation with a pretty impressive cast. Morgan Freeman, Jason Lee, Damian Lewis, Timothy Oliphant. I'm sure I'm forgetting people that were in it that were just as good as them. Those are just the main ones off the top of my head. I actually did not mind this adaptation. Now, you have to, I guess, enjoy the source material to enjoy the movie, because if you watch the movie, you might finish it thinking, what did I just watch? It can be confusing. It has several parts in it where you're not really sure who's talking or what's talking or who's doing what. So that's just a fair warning for you if you decide to watch the adaptation and not read the book. But again, it was an adaptation that I didn't mind. I actually just rewatched it a couple of days ago, and I still enjoyed it. So there you go. Now, it wouldn't be me, obviously, if I didn't show you his photo in the back of the book. And it's so cute. Little spooky. He's got some spooky things behind him there. But still, dapper, handsome. I think he has his leather jacket on, looking good. So do be sure to check out Dreamcatcher, excuse me. Again, like I said, it's actually not even one of his favorite novels, so therefore a lot of people kind of don't get into it. But if you enjoy any kind of alien story or something like that, I think that you'll actually enjoy Dreamcatcher for what it's really meant to be. And one more thing, I've never really tried to connect a lot of King's works outside of the obvious connections that you'll see in some of his stuff. But just knowing that these guys are from Derry and they sort of battle this outer worldly extraterrestrial type thing is very reminiscent of it and Pennywise. So it almost makes me wonder if there's some type of connection to what the evil entity is in this book and then what Pennywise is as well. So just some food for thought there. I hope y'all have all enjoyed Dreamcatcher. Please be sure to subscribe to Superficial Gallery. Ring the bell to get notified when new content is published. Like the video, comment below, let us know if you have read the novel or if you've seen the adaptation and what your thoughts are. We're also taking any special requests, so if you have any, you can comment those below as well, or you can tweet me at MellsBells84, and we'd be happy to cover that. We've done a couple of special requests so far this month, and we've got a few others that are coming as well. So hit us up, let us know if you've got something you'd like to see featured. I hope you all have a great night, and I will be back to haunt y'all tomorrow. Bye. Aww.